Hello and welcome to Brandy's Poetry Corner. My second poem that I have chosen by a First Nations person, this time from America, is very different from Marshlands. It's funny, I picked Marshlands partly because it wasn't about oppression, or it wasn't, about the things that have happened to First Nations people, because that seemed to be, wasn't something that I could read on their behalf or something. I don't know. Anyway, so I read a nature poem. But then I found this one. This is by a writer called Tommy Pico. He's known as Teebs. I think he has blogs and stuff like that. He was originally from the Viejas Indian reservation as the Kumeyaay Nation and now lives in New York. It's got a rude word in it, I will tell you that now. It also starts with a term I hadn't heard before, which is NDN, those three letters, NDN, which is a shortening of Native Indian. This is usually used by Native Americans in the United States to refer to themselves. And he wrote this poem in 2017. And it's called You Can't Be an NDN Person in Today's World by Tommy Pico. You can't be an NDN person in today's world and write a nature poem. I swore to myself I would never write a nature poem. Let's be clear, I hate nature, hate its guts. I say to my audience. There is something smaller, I say to myself. I don't hate nature at all. Places have thoughts, hills have backs that love, being stroked by our eyes. The river gobbles down its tracts as a metaphor, but also about its day. The bluffs purr when we put down blankets at the downturn of the sun and laugh at a couple on an obvious OkCupid date. And even more stellar, the jelly bean moon sugars at me. She flies and beams, and I breathe. Fuck that. I recant. I slap myself. Let's say I live in NYC. Let's say I was the first person in my family to graduate college. Let's say, I like watching New Girl on Hulu. This is the difference. Some see objects in the earth, where I see lungs. Sky Mother falls through a hole, lands on a turtle. Hole is my favourite band. Tommy Pico, look him up, look all of these people up. Some, as I said, wonderful websites full of poetry from people of all different ethnicities and backgrounds if you are willing to look. If you want to hear me read anything else, look up Brandy Pearson on YouTube.